Today's the day where we move the gas tank, do a lot of wiring, work on the layout, and did I say do a lot of wiring? So this is what I did last night. It's turned out pretty good. But yeah, the gas tank was right under here. I'm gonna move it right back here. Test. I just slid the track away. I had to take a few of the rails off the train stuff apart, the track. So now we need to access our access point for real. And let's see how easy this is. So we'll just put that over here, like that. And now I can get to the primer bulb and all this stuff here to relocate the fuel line to the back. So we get to play with a little fuel right now. So here's a neat little trick if you don't feel like crawling up in there like I don't want to crawl right now. So I got this PVC pipe and I got it positioned where I want the fuel line to go. And you want to put something on the end of your fuel line or whatever you're running. You don't want to get debris in there. And you just send her on through like this. Just like that. I think we made it to the end. So now, there's our happy fuel line. And we got more than enough. So we can send back what we don't need. And then the cool part now is you cut your length. You know, you'll cut your pipe where you need it, and then you just pull the PVC pipe back out. And that's the way you can make a little conduit, temporary conduit, so you can run your cables or whatever. It's a neat little hack. All right, this is how I do things. This is not how you should do things. So I do a little bit of that. That's not going to hurt. So I got soap and water right here, and you don't want to do what I just did because, you know, this is not easy to do with camera action. But so you can get it to fit. You just do a little something like this. Got the soap and water, and you work it back and forth like that. You want to do it just like that, and you don't need a hose clamp when you're done either. There we go. 5/8 line, see, or 5/16 line, 5/8, 5/16 line on a 3/4 inch or 3/8 inch bubble. 3/4, yeah, that would be big. So 3/8 to 5/16, that's how you do it. I don't use hose clamps when I do that situation because it ain't going nowhere. I had to cut that off of there when I moved the line, so that's the way you do that. And that's the way I like to do it because I don't have to worry about going out and buying a different primer bulb. So now that's done. So now what I need to do, hook back into our tank, take the fuel line loose and prime the whole system. Get the air out of this line because this is a long line. So I used a pretty good chunk of this spool. It goes around, goes along this track, up in the frame. It's nice and hidden. Along the inside of the frame down in here, down in the inside of the frame, all the way, you can't see it, but underneath right there where it attaches to the metal line that goes all the way to the front of the truck. And I got to premiere a video here in about 30 minutes. All right, so we're going to prime the system. So I'm going to be doing this right here for a while, and I'm going to go set the camera over there so we can see how much gas we're getting through. Right now it's just air, so we'll see that thing fill up. Another trick too when you're doing these primer bulbs here when you first start doing it, you're going to hear a lot of squishing and whooshing because there's air in the bubble itself, in the primer bulb itself. So you want to make sure that you get the air out, and you want to do it straight up and down like this. So the output side, you're pushing the air out. You see what I'm saying? The input side here, you put your input down, your output up. And then that gets the air out quicker. So you shouldn't be hearing any swooshing, because that check valve is not going to work right when there's air in the system. So you got to first get the air out of your primer bulb first. Now let's see what we got. I've primed almost half a gallon through this thing. I just don't want to have it stalling on the side of the road. So there's half a gallon. We'll do a little bit more, and we'll call it good. But yeah, that fuel line should be purged pretty good. It might still stall me out, and I'll still have to prime it on the side of the road. I've done that once before, but that's the whole cool thing about having this primer bulb. Any of these old trucks where you put fuel cells like what I'm doing with the Marine, get you a fuel primer bulb. It will save your day, trust me. It's already happened to me once. I was going to a photo shoot, and truck stalled out right up on the hill over there. Got out, I knew exactly what was going on. Primed it up till I felt some good resistance. Boom, hadn't had a problem since. $20, saved the day. Doing these dailies on YouTube and premiering videos at noon to noon 30 Central Time is turning me into a professional. So this is how much gas I primed through the system. That should be good. And then once I pour this back in there, I'm going to give it a prime until everything I feel some good back pressure. Right. So yeah, this whole daily uploads is turning me into a professional daily content. I used to do video editing professionally, but I'm talking about a daily workflow to get things up, and then have a schedule of doing the premieres. That's another thing I got myself into, but I think people like it. I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing the premieres. If people like the premieres, put it in the comments of the videos. If you don't care about the premiere, then I'll stop premiering the videos and just upload them as soon as I get done with them. You know what I'm saying? But I thought the premiere was kind of cool because it has a live chat room. I get to interact with the Fry family and new people, and I get to correct my language and stuff. So that's where the fuel tank was. And now we can just take our access point here, our little access hole, and we cover it right back up. This is a pillowcase that fit over it perfectly. And there we go. Our access panel is now closed. So I'm going to put, this is my plans. I'm going to put this huge inverter. This is for an RV. This is for an RV. This thing will, 130 amp charger. This will charge at 130 amps. Look at the cable on this thing. 2-aught or 0 gauge. It says 2/0 AW. This is a Haas. And the inverter on this thing is a machine. So this will run a space heater, coffee maker, anything you want to run it to. You know, this thing will pretty much run anything you want to run. And it's got a transfer switch built in. So it's that's the brand of it right there. I got it for 40 bucks and fixed it. And let's hope it still works. It worked when I unhooked it 6 months ago. It's heavy, but I got these big cables here we got to hook up. So I got to run extra big cables. So I got a plan for that too. I got some right here. I got these from when I demoed out some batteries out of a Colo. So right there, we got that should reach. I got probably 7 feet of that. And plus what's on there. So if we put it down here in this access hole, right here where the fuel tank was, I can run the lines straight over up to the battery. And then we'll be able to run space heaters at the car show if it's cold. Whatever. I can cut wood with this thing. I can go to the back of the property, pull up to a tree and cut a tree down with my electric chainsaw that's right here. And it's got an extension pole. I'll never go to a regular chainsaw again. Electric with extension, that's the way to go. So if you need something like this, to where you need to screw something here, to mount another piece of wood, or for my situation, I'm going to be bolting the solar panel right there and then screwing the other side to this piece of wood here. So I didn't have any of these, but you can take this, you can take this and turn it into one of these really easy. So here's the technique that I have here. So you take your vice grips and you go right here just like that, and you lock it in. Then you take some channel locks that are really long, and you bottom out the channel locks in it right there, and then you just give it a little torque like that, another little torque like that, and you're making something that looks like that. And then you go and do the other side just like this. So you want to bend it where the hole is, because if you don't, it's going to be really hard to bend with these channel locks. And so you just do a little something like this, another one like that, and boom, you got two of them, and they're identical. One of them's rusty, one of them will match the truck, and one of them won't. But see, I just eyeballed those and pretty much nailed both of them. So that's how you can make some of those really quick with channel locks. Or vice grips really help in this situation, and channel locks obviously do. But the vice grips allow you to lock in and kind of hold it for you. So that's just a little tech tip there to make stuff like that, because those are pretty much identical. Now I can carry on with my project. Alright, let's go check it out. I'm going to take it over some speed humps. So we're going to see what it's got going on there. I know the train's probably going to fall off, but I kind of want to test and see if I hear any creaking or the panels hitting the cab. I readjusted the panels. And I know I'm going to hear some kind of creaking here and there, just from stuff readjusting like that I just heard. Let's hope the truck doesn't stall, because I've relocated the tank, and hopefully it doesn't have an air pocket in the line. I primed about almost a gallon in there. I do hear a creaking right behind the cab a little bit. It's probably the wood moving against the frame, the bed of the truck. And what's cool is the stereo system in the back of the truck. You can't hear it, but it's playing. I have it turned down low. What's playing in the cab? So whatever I'm playing here, it's really low. So when I get out of the truck, we'll be able to hear it. All right, so we're going to go across our first speed hump here in a second. I'm going to keep the radio turned down. The train is still up, and I knew that the stuff was going to fly around with the wind. Well, they made one speed hump. Train's still up. That's a bonus. So if the truck's going to die because it's got a priming issue, it'll die right here on this hill, like the worst spot. All right, let's see if we can take this second hump without losing the train. Oh, the train derailed. I was going too fast. All right, we just went over the tracks there. So far, it's doing pretty good. Once I get the other track on there, once I get the HO on the other side, that stuff won't be blowing up like it is. So once I get more track on there, it'll weight everything down. But it's gonna blow around for a little bit. All right, so this is the spot where I wanted to park. Let's put the train back so it can be going around. So it made it pretty good ways. Ooh, that's not good. The track moved. We got a problem there, Houston. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a border right here because the track moved. It's okay. This is why they call it tested and tutored. So there we go. So yeah, that's just a lesson learned. Little derailment, but that's okay. Skulls sideways. So far, everything's working good. Radio's yelling at me though. So yeah, the cool part is whatever the radio in here is playing, this one back here plays because I have the FM transmitter on in there. All right. So let's put the camera on our rock crawler and explore the situation a little bit. All right, so now we're on the rock crawler here. Let's follow the train a little bit. It doesn't turn sharp enough to follow the train. I need a smaller rock crawler. We're just going to go over our little assistant here. Get this out of the way. We got to get off the tracks before the train comes. We got a problem here. Yeah, I need to tighten this up. This is all testing and tuning. Gotta crank that down a little bit more. There we go. All right, let's catch up with the train. Are we having fun yet? That's what we're supposed to be doing here. Let's mess with the train here. Let's see who's going to win this one. Ah, the train's pushing me. Oh, let's go backwards. Train backed up. Train's gotten scared now. He's scared. Train is scared. We got this train scared. He can't hang. Yeah. If you're scared, say you're scared. So this is kind of what I've been wanting to do. Of course, I only have 2 panels hooked up. But we're keeping up with the train this way. Pretty cool. We're going to cut him off. All right, let's go up underneath the truck and see what it looks like from that point of view. about. So that's some pretty good action right there, I think. All right, let's see how many watts we're getting here. I only have 2 panels hooked up yet. I still need to do that. All right, let's see what kind of power it takes here to float. I've got the headlights turned on. So we're getting 10 amps right now, easy. And I got the headlights on. So the more it sees that it needs to charge the battery. So we're at least getting 10 amps right now, and it's staying in float mode. It's doing its best. So we're getting, once I get the 3rd panel hooked up, we'll be getting what, 15 amps this time of day, 16 with MPP, with pulse width modulation chargers. So not even the MPPT ones that will give you a little bit better. So yeah, I'm gonna turn off the headlights and watch the amps go down. So headlights are going off, and then the amps should start going down. There we go, amps are going down and down and down. And then we'll see what it takes just to keep the stereo and the train going right now. And the inverter to run the smart assistant. So right now it's telling me it needs 6 amps. We'll check that here again later. Looks like we got an accident here. Looks like it just happened. We're gonna check it out for a second. Make sure everybody's all right. Yep, this is a bad intersection. I'm just curious to see how long it takes for somebody to show up, because I've been here for about 3 or 4 minutes and still nobody's showing up. I like the way this blue steering wheel pops. Alright, so just keep your eyes on the road. Where's the road at? I don't see a road. Yeah, I'm not going very fast. Everything's alright. So like I said, so far the truck's running good. I moved the fuel tank to the back now, so we got a long fuel line on this truck now. It goes from the very end of the bed of the truck all the way up to the fuel pump. So it's a long fuel line. So that gives us extra gas in theory. So when I fill up the truck, I'll have extra gas. There's that little bit of fuel line. That'd be a fun test to do, is just see how far the truck would run just on the fuel in that line. It's time to rip and read like a good dyslexic. And I see a chat name I'm not going to be able to pronounce right out of the gate here. So Big D says, Lord Nexy, pretty happy he got his 100 subscribers. Thanks for the help, Fry. Yeah, everybody go check out Lord Nexy. I don't know if that's the exact name of his channel, but it's something close to that. Alright, this is the chat name here that I don't know how to say here, so I'm just going to say Baxter, because that's the last part of the chat name. It says very cool. Again, same person. So this is a solar powered truck. My intentions are eventually to put a forklift, 36 volt forklift motor in the truck. Not this year, maybe next year. I might do that, but it's everything else is powered by solar, and I'm gonna disconnect the alternator tomorrow. I'm gonna work on that, so during the day I won't even need an alternator running the truck if the sun is out. So yeah, everything will be powered by the solar panels, except of course the drivetrain at this point. But eventually I want it to go down the road on solar power. That's my goal. Alright, so KCA TV says the title of your video is I got lots of wood now. At my age, I barely have any. And then Basehead gave me some thumbs up. Basehead 30. So I just posted this video an hour ago, and I've been really busy today with doing work on the truck and just daily radio station work and cooking, and I did 2 lives today and ran up on a car accident. One of the neighbors was in a pretty bad accident, but he seems to be okay, but I know he's going to be really sore tomorrow. So as you can see, I made a lot of progress on the truck last 3 days, and today was a good successful test drive. I found out that the track does drift, so I'm going to have to secure the track when I drive down the road. It's of course not going to be stationary, so I need to address that. Not a big deal. I got the solar panels adjusted so they're not hitting the cab anymore. Somebody had made a comment in one of the chat rooms I was in earlier. Why didn't I use aluminum to build out the frame? Well, to me that would have been really hard to work with. Aluminum shavings everywhere when you're drilling and cutting on it. It wouldn't have matched the truck, and I didn't have any, and it's, you know, I'm on a budget here. I'm on a fixed income, so yeah, I use what I have. I spent 35 bucks on that sheet cover to cover the bed, and I didn't want to spend that 35 bucks. So I was wanting to do this whole project under, 50 bucks, but I'm starting to, I've already hit that $50 mark between the turnbuckles and the screws and the hardware, and of course the king size sheet really pushed me over the edge. But that's all right. I'm still under 100 bucks for the whole project, and we're doing good. So please like, share, subscribe. We're going to do this again tomorrow. And yeah, I had fun today with the footage on the little rock crawler there, and I'm going to get some more footage with the rock crawler. All right, love you all. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I'm doing my best to keep the videos as short as possible so they're easier to consume, because I know when I run across a video that's like 40 minutes or an hour, I'm like, oh god. So it's not helping me rambling right now. Love you all. Please hit that like button. YouTube seems to like that.